T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Can we talk for a minute? Come on and talk to me.
Talk to me, I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name.
Maybe this will help.
Even maybe, from what we heard, it's not even a maybe.
It's not even a maybe. Listen,
Sheesh.
bruh, God been talking to us, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen.
But as we do every week around this time, we want to welcome you guys to another episode of Maybe This Will Help the podcast. We're in season 6. Nope, let me see. I know my mic. All right, here we go. Now my mic is right.
There we go. I was worried about it.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help the podcast. Give you that relationship talk you can relate to, the good, the bad, the alimony. Season 6, episode 12. About to get into it, bro. Talk to him, man.
Man, what's going on, man? I'm just excited to be here. The week went fairly smoothly. Yeah, it's my highlights. I don't have no highlights again this week. I'm not, I think all my highlights don't need to be spoken. I think my highlights are between me and God and the people that know about my highlights, and that's pretty much it.
We're gonna just change the opening of the show. Just we're gonna change, ladies and gentlemen, starting a whole new trend. Instead of your highlight of the week, what was something that you learned this week? Since this is Maybe This Will Help.
Learned. I think more so that was reiterated, that maybe that I had, not being walking in as tough as I should is grace. I know you went to a Bible study, and usually when you go to a Bible study, you send like the notes, and I guess they were touching upon grace. And it's always important to remember that folks are human. Folks go through things. You go through things. So so for me, it's just about remembering and keeping it in the forefront of my brain. I've been in a situation where it looked like I didn't deserve any grace. And somebody still gave me that grace. And I'm talking about a human being. I'm not even talking about God. I'm talking about a human being gave me that grace to be able to say, hey, you messed up big time, but you know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes it's in that but where
pause.
Not for me.
Continue. What did you
Ladies
find?
and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. Maybe this will help the podcast.
What would you telling everybody you found?
Redemption.
Ah!
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit some of this stuff out. Golly. I found redemption in the butt. Because listen, brother, you gotta tell the people, brother. Listen, No, but seriously though, because sometimes you think nobody's gonna understand. I messed up too bad. All of these things that you know your mind tries to play tricks on you. Like nobody ever wants you. Nobody want to deal with you. All of those things. So when God sends you somebody and they recognize that you messed up and they still show you that grace, sometimes that's all you need to kind of like jump back onto the right path. You know what I mean? And start doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't mad at it.
yeah, I think that grace thing has been kind of in my mind since you sent it.
So wildly enough, what I learned this week was about the grace, and crazy. That wasn't even a Bible study, bro. So
Mm,
I've shared with you guys on the podcast before that I go to a group called the Humanizers,
right.
a very diverse group of modern day philosophers who come and like to have conversation, absent argument. Everybody shows up with a growth mindset so that we can discuss certain things, not to a conclusion, but to maybe aid in a healthier level of curiosity concerning things. We talk about trust, love, grace this week,
Yeah.
accountability. We've talked about a lot of things. So that grace conversation was incredibly impactful because you get to see it when you can have a healthy conversation with people that are unlike you, come from different cultures, different norms. You get to see life through a lens that you would have never gotten a chance to see it through because you're only one person.
Facts.
And so we were in the group talking about how do you develop in this way as a character trait? How do you develop this character trait? How do you develop X, Y, and Z? And we recognize that it starts with you being able to put yourself in a room with people different from you, have a conversation,
Mm,
and expand your perspective,
mhm.
because that is one way to develop your character traits, your characteristics, through experience, right? But then there's secondhand experience that can help you to develop in a new way or see things a new way. And so I thought that was incredibly insightful and added value, or helped me remember the value of being able to sit in rooms like that. So I'm
No, that's
grateful,
solid. That's solid, bro. That's solid.
man. If you guys notice, me and Mike have been doing something very unique since last week. We've been marking down different parts of the show that we want to make little small clips of. So if you see us on our phones, that's what we're doing. And if you would like a certain part of the show to be clipped up and shared,
Oh yeah, that's
uh,
solid.
let us know. Just look at the timestamp and say, "Hey, this right here is a really good marker that could be shared." Yeah, so that we can share it with social media and stuff like that. Because sometimes people don't have time to watch the entire podcast.
Yeah, that's solid. That's
Oh
solid.
man,
Also, I was thinking, and since it's the beginning of the show, we can kind of um go through it real quick. What do you think about? I know a while back we had started getting like video testimonials from viewers that watched the show, and they would just say a little short clip about how the show has, you know what I mean, impacted them. And I thought that was really dope. And I think that may be something we want to look at bringing back. Like if anybody wants to send in a quick little video, how long you've been watching the show, how it's impacted you, hopefully positively. Hopefully you're not in like a psych ward because of Donnie's comments. But
maybe that's where
yeah,
you need to be.
and maybe that'll help. That's dope. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I would say I like the idea, but I think in order for it to be as helpful as we want it to be, maybe
Mhm.
we provide some scripting and maybe a specific set of questions for them to answer, because that can be something that we can use. As you guys know, we're trying to take this to another level. We have some things planned for next year,
Mhm.
and those testimonials might just be the key to helping us getting access into these other rooms.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, that was our check-in for the day before we get the show started. If you have not already, go ahead, grab your favorite friend, get your favorite drink and snack. We're about to get into tonight's show. Rashonda was popping. We see you, Carrie. And speaking of Carrie, you guys know that the founder of this show, Mr. Carrie Durrell, DJ Devious himself,
Man.
every time, my brother, we're here because certain people took the initiative, right? I'm gonna start with this quote and then make an introduction. There's a quote that said, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
But I always say, those who dug the hole never saw the light. They had to dig by faith,
That's good, bro.
And
That's
so
good.
To the one who dug by faith to get this show up and popping, here we are 6 years later. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the founder of the show who will be joining us for tonight, Mr. Kerry Durrell. He's going to change that so we don't have any feedback. It's been a minute, huh? He said, hold on. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. All right, we got the people chiming in. Let us know when you're ready to test.
Maybe that's better.
Nope. You probably need some headphones, one or the other, some earbuds or something. Until then, can you hear us, brother? Okay. Get your headphones. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start. So, you guys know, like last week, we started revisiting how we used to do the show back in the day by just kind of having some videos we want to talk about, not necessarily a rhyme or reason, how we've been trying to follow a theme. And I'm gonna stay in that same lane. We do have a show topic, and we'll probably get into it during the second hour of the show. Don't be looking at it, Mike. But I wanted to start the show like this for tonight. Get ready to chime in.
You fuck up with her, I swear to God, because I like that bitch. And if you fuck up with her, it's gonna be a fucking problem, alright? Alrighty, good night! You fuck up with her, I swear to God, because I like that bitch. And if you fuck up with her, it's gonna be a fucking problem, alright? Alrighty, good night! You fuck.
So the first question of the night is, what do you do when you start dating someone and all your friends love her and you fumble that bag or it just doesn't work out, but all your friends loved her? Do you put forth more of an effort to try to reconcile and make that thing work because she already fits in your community and community is so important? Or is it just, hey, a deal breaker is a deal breaker?
Hey, nah, man. No, first of all, we're not dating, marrying, entering into any type of relationship because she was liked by other people. At the end of the day, if this is somebody I'm supposed to be with, the main thing that matters is how much me and her get along. And if that's not there, it don't matter how well she got along with everybody else. I'm the one that got to go home to her. I'm the one that have to interact on a daily basis.
So you're saying it holds no weight for you how much your team or your friends like her when you're dating her, as it pertains to how much effort you're going to show or reason you have for trying to make it work?
No, I'm not saying it holds no weight, but I think that ultimately, you know what I mean? Ultimately, it doesn't matter because ultimately I have to do what's best for my own well-being, my own mental state, my own, sometimes even physical well-being, depending on how crazy it is. So it's great that you know, the gang likes her, and it's great that, you know what I mean, they think that we should work it out. But if I see something maybe they don't see, or maybe they're not privy to, then
I just thought it was a great conversation to have because so much of the person that we choose impacts our entire life and the communities that we already have. So if you already have a group of healthy friends and you bring somebody into it, it's rare to find someone that can fit into the mesh and the dynamic and the energy of something that you already have, a community that you already have that is healthy. So that's why I'm asking if it carries any extra weight.
Yeah, no, I feel that, and it is important. It does something for the relationship when you bring a young lady, or if you're a lady, you bring a young man around, and they automatically kind of mesh with your core group of friends. You know what I mean? It makes it almost easier. You know what I mean? It's not uncomfortable. It's not weird. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
KD, can you get in, or do we need to add you?
He said 1 minute.
Okay.
Are you good to go now? Okay, cool. Let's see. Test it out. Okay. So far, so good. I can't hear you. No, he's on mute. You got to unmute yourself.
Damn it.
Okay, testing.
How about now?
I think we cooked it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
We got action?
Yes, sir.
I see you been in the gym. You can barely get the traps in the screen, but you know.
Oh, bro, don't. I grabbed a shirt, bro. This is what we're not doing this early.
I don't think we can consider that's a whole shirt. Technically, you grabbed 75% of the shirt.
Guess who who happened to teach me how to cut shirts this way.
I should probably shut up.
Yep.
Cool. Gentlemen, great to see you both.
Yeah, right.
Good to see you, bro.
Yes, sir.
You joined the conversation at the great time, man. We are having a conversation about what happens when you are dating someone and your friends absolutely love her, not just for you, but just for the community. Do you put forth more effort to try to make that work? Does that carry more weight with you when you guys maybe have little disagreements or you see a red flag? Do you put forth more effort to try to make this thing work because it's so rare to find someone that fits into an already built-in healthy community?
If I'm honest, yes, because I want my circle to be connected with my spouse, my partner. It's not mandatory for me. I mean, but it helps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna make my final decision, but it definitely like helps in that fashion of decision making. Because again, you are the people you're around, and that connect. You know what I'm saying? Is a balance, and it can also be a help, especially in spaces of your friends know you different from your partner, and sometimes your friends can help you with your partner, and you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your partner can also introduce you to a different space with your friends and allow you to explore things that you probably didn't before, just because your partner has a different view of you, things that your friends sometimes probably don't know because that's not their sector of life with you.
Yeah. I like that, man, because
Yeah.
if we look at who we're dating, it's usually different. How do you call them? Different areas that we are kind of looking to see how they fit into our life. Like, are they supportive and a good partner to me? Would they be a good spouse, or would they be a good parent? How well they fit into the community? Are we going to grow together in some kind of aspect? And so, as you're going through maybe some of these pillars, I think it's very interesting to look at, if we got together, would this be more of a relationship that that would be isolated between us because maybe they don't like my friends, or I don't like their friends, or they just don't get along? Because at some point, if that relationship you have with her and the relationship you have with your friends doesn't mesh well, you might have to make some hard decisions in the near future.
Ooh, yeah. I think in that type of situation that I've actually been in before, I think it's important to let's have a conversation. It don't have to be a group conversation initially, but if my partner is not cool with, my homeboy or my homegirl, let's talk about why. Because just a conversation between her and I may clear a lot up. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Maybe, y'all have a conversation and they still not okay with it. Hey, well, what if we bring in the homeboy or the homegirl into this conversation, because both of you guys are important to me. You know what I mean? And like KD said, or CD said, it is important that both of you guys are in my life.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Before we even get to both you guys being important in my life, if this dynamic is shaky from the gate, before this person means so much to you, what are you doing?
Are we talking about dating, huh?
Yeah, we still in the dating.
I think the conversation piece initially is still cool. Like, why not? But anything, you know what I'm saying, past that, we're not trying to force nothing at the dating phase. Like,
yeah. That's why I said it's not a heavy weight. It's a consideration.
That's good.
That is good.
That's good. Okay. All right. And the consideration says, hey, so I'm going to run it back. It's a short video. I'm running it right back one time just for you, Carrie, so you can get the kind of foundation.
You fuck up with her, I swear to God, because I like that bitch. And if you fuck up with her, it's going to be a fucking problem, all right? Alrighty, good night! You fuck.
Everybody's muted. Unmute yourselves.
Here's my question, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, why? Why do you not want me to mess it up with her? What is it? And so, again, consideration is with the fact that she's good for you. She brings this side out of you versus, I just get along with her. or she's better than your ex.
Gotcha.
Damn.
So you know what it makes me think of? Before we do that, Mr. Gaspard, what's going on, brother?
What up?
Mm.
So what I was told in one of my previous relationships by her mother was that I would like to feel like I am gaining a son versus losing a daughter.
Mm.
And so as I think about that conversation I had with her mom, I'm thinking about when we bring somebody new into our lives and how our friends may feel like, yo, I would love to feel like I'm gaining a new friend versus losing an old time friend. Because if we look at the reality of it, sometimes when you get smitten or you're in love or you're in a relationship, the amount of time you can spend with your friends changes. It has a tendency to become more limited, and it doesn't fuse well. Like, oh, I'm going out with my friends and we're all going to go do, bowling. Well, if she don't like bowling, does she still go, or she like go do your thing and you can come back after? Like, oh, we every month, once a month we go and we feed the homeless downtown. That's not really his thing. Like, so it starts to feel like, oh, I don't want to lose my friend just because they're in a new relationship. And we all know we have one mutual person who said this to all of us, and that's Pookie. Pookie does not want to lose our friendships just because we're in relationships. So that's what this conversation kind of, and look at her chiming in on time. Golly, that was you can't even plan that better. I tell my male friends that when I feel they have a good woman that fits what they told me they desire and the purpose they wanted to fulfill. So go ahead, fellas. What y'all thinking?
That's when the consideration comes in, and that's a good consideration.
Yeah.
That's a reason behind why I would, because again, you don't always see the things your friends see. Your vision of your partner is that of what you see from your eyes of love or eyes of desire, or hope for that matter.
Yeah.
As to where your friends are looking at it from a level of protection, or a level of concern. And even beyond that, the desire for you, like Pookie said, the desire for you to find whatever that happiness is or whatever it is that you've expressed that you desire. So they're looking at it from that standpoint, because that you have to look at their gain from it from the standpoint of a friend. Like, hey, does this friend not want me to be able to do these things, or does this friend want me to be this? That want me to have the desires of my heart?
Gee whiz. So friends that are willing to make that sacrifice to see you happy.
Absolutely. And some friends understand, I guess I don't even want to say the role, but it's like
No, that's
you
good.
understand.
That is good.
You understand like what life is gonna happen. It's you don't want people to be stagnant. You don't want anyone to stay in a space that either you can't grow in or they can't grow in, or just because they've taken their flower and put it in another pot doesn't mean it's not
Hey
the
now.
same flower. You know what
Hey
I'm saying?
now.
Like it it has to grow somewhere else. It has to grow differently.
Good.
Yeah.
It has to, you got to replant plots sometimes. Repot plants sometimes. Yeah.
Which I don't know how to do. And that'd be a good thing to learn. That's good, man. I like this conversation because I think that it really does. I'm gonna ask you guys another group question. I guess I can answer it too. But do you think that it's good to date in front of your friends because love is blind? And we have a tendency to see through our deeper desire that may distort some of the things that we might be seeing, or miss some of the more important things because we're just like maybe a little smitten.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a good question. Initially, my first mind said I don't think it's that important. But then when I'm looking back on previous relationships, I wish I would have dated in front of some people that I trusted, instead of trying to keep it this hush hush secret, moving halfway across California, just doing everything just secretly, when everybody around me was kind of telling me like, I don't know if this is. But had I been more open with the people I trusted and more honest with myself about what they were saying, maybe I wouldn't have found myself in certain situations. So to your question, I think that especially when we're talking about, hey, this is getting kind of serious, feelings are getting, like real feelings are getting involved, and I may want to introduce a Carrie, a Donnie, you know what I mean? Let's all go out, hang out, just so y'all can meet her, tell me what y'all think, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Or is it more or less like I'm going to hang out with my friends, come with me, in a non-formal type, just let's just see how
Yeah.
okay. Either way.
Yeah, yep.
I think also in the aspect of knowing you, because it works both ways, Mike. And your friends knowing you, knowing when you choose to hit the escape button, when you don't need to.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
Yep.
when you don't have that, it's you're kind of, that's the balance of having friends and having people involved in your space, not to override it and direct it, but to assist it. And I think sometimes we get that misconstrued, but yeah, man, like sometimes your folks can tell you, hey, you just scared because this looks like this, and this ain't that. You got to calm down.
Yep.
That's so doggone good, man.
Yep.
Man, it's good to have friends who are live in action with you, and they know you well enough to know, like, you only do that when you're starting to get nervous.
Yeah.
You creating distance right now. Why? Because they can see you in a new way. Come on, like let's talk about this. Something you can talk to that person about. Like, that's good, man. That's good. All right. Well, that's a good little warmer upper for today. I want to move into another subject. You guys ready?
Let's get it.
It's not many women that understand that 1 percentile of men like me. You got to be very understanding. You got to want to see me achieve those goals. And a lot of times some things have to be, you understand? Is she a 1 percenter? I'm sure. I do have someone beautiful that's in my life.
Yes.
Very beautiful. But to be that 1 percenter, ladies, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you that 1 percenter, and are you ready to make that sacrifice for us to be happy? It's not.
All right. We don't want to see that, Carrie. Hold on now. Hey.
Sorry, bro. I didn't move this camera, bro.
I said, hold on.
The camera and it just not that.
So, what do you guys think about this? Because I just want to hurry up and change the subject. That was scary. Cause I first glance, I'm like, what is he holding?
Yikes!
Yeah, Lee is come on the show and get us canceled.
Oh, don't come on the show. That's what we don't want to see. Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus.
All right. My point was,
yes, sir.
Before Carrie so rudely interrupted us.
Right.
My point was that you'll hear a lot of women. Let me not say that. Online, we hear that a lot of women are asking for this 1 percentile of men. But this is the first time I've ever seen a video where the guy is asking in return, are you in a 1 percentile of women? And so it's almost like if you're not, then maybe it's a mismatch, which of course we know that opposites can attract and all that kind of stuff. Somebody sounds like they are, but you know.
Oh God.
It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and it's not even technically an after dark episode, but just bring Carrie on, and you know, this is must be the traps.
This is why I stay away.
Oh God. All right. So
let me find out this brother moved his own camera. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's like when Jim Jones on that show and the money fell out his pocket.
Right. Oh man. Nah. So I think it's important to, you know, because I have heard online, like you said, a lot of women talking about that 1% guy. And I think it's interesting to hear Rick Ross talk about the 1% that he needs out of a female. But I think we should first ask ourselves, why do we think we are so deserving of these 1% women and 1% men when we ain't shit? It's a lot of ain't shit people asking for 1%. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's first. Go ahead, bro. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I was about to say that the 1% don't ask.
Hello. That's like niggas that call themselves alpha male. Most alpha males don't call themselves alpha males. Most people that are like in the 1%, they're not asking for a 1%. That's what they attract because that's what they are.
So let me put this question.
Those other
Okay,
conversations.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You got. I'm about to just slight left. So finish, please.
No, that was. I was just about to add on to what he was saying. Just it was a second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here's where I'm at now. We're thinking about this 1%. You said, why does this 1% believe they deserve, X, Y, and Z? And then I'm asking, well, who made you qualified to verify yourself as 1%? Then the bigger question came up was, we kind of see through social media the parameters that make a man 1%. I don't think the parameters that make a woman 1% are the same. So if we had to, for fun on the show tonight, say, hey, this is the 1% of women, what would the qualifications be? Look at Carrie is so excited. Should we just let you have this episode? This nigga left. I'm by myself. This is gonna be fun. Audience, do it with me. Nobody want to talk about what makes a woman 1%. Let me put this on the record by saying I don't believe in it.
Okay.
Neither do I subscribe to it.
Yeah.
But for entertainment purposes,
all right.
If we had to,
it's not safe.
It's
not safe.
It's not safe being on the podcast these days, but here we are.
Yeesh. All right. Go ahead, Donnie. Start it off. Yo.
All right. So we first start off with men. Let's just get a warm our feet up. Men who are above 6 feet. Men who make six figures. I think now the thing is 300,000 a year.
Jesus.
Yeah. And men who got very well endowed.
Okay.
All right.
That's kind of where you're starting when it comes to the 1%ers. Swing the pendulum.
Women.
Yes.
Let's go. Woman that can cook.
Dang, that
a woman that can read.
This is not
a woman. Never mind. I'm not gonna go here with. See, Carrie brings this out of me, bro.
Come on, y'all gotta stop blaming me.
I was about to go way disrespectful.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Go ahead, Mike. Okay. What's your answer?
Let's go back.
Nope.
For entertainment purposes.
Golly,
you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Don't do
so.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to chime in the chat and let us know what you think qualifies that makes a woman a 1%, just for entertainment purposes, nobody's gonna clip this and run it back and
listen. People think that's when was the last time you went on a date and asked a woman like to read the menu? Like, you don't know that she can't read till it's too late, bro. You don't know that a woman cannot read until it's too late.
Wow.
You like her already. And she reads like R. Kelly.
Solomon.
Baby, there's no L.
See, the reason that's not a problem for me because I usually date women with accents. So it's it's a little different if English is
so she already can't read.
It's in English is the second language.
Jeez.
Huh?
Cinnamon.
Listen, her first language is Wakanda, so English language is already
forever.
So y'all clearly just aren't going to participate. That's fine. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, you were supposed to go ahead.
No, Carrie's ready. I think he found his courage.
No, sir. I did not.
We need to go see the wizard because cowardly lion. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh man.
So let's do it this way. I would say because you guys started off with reading and cooking. When you look at the man scale, it's almost like it starts off with things, height they can't control. What they've been blessed with in the past, they can't control, even though you can go surgeries and all that kind of stuff. Money, okay, that's something that they can earn through diligence. And so let's just start with something that women can't even control. Like before surgery,
it's gonna be rough. Golly,
1%.
Yep.
I'll start with nice ankles. I just put the nice
That's
ankles
so
with it.
safe.
Oh,
That's
look
so
at this
safe.
dude.
That's
Come
so
on.
safe. Wow.
Hey, you
Wow.
know what he did?
All
That
right,
was like
let's-
the cartoons where you shoot the gun and it go
Right.
bang.
Right.
That's what you get.
Right.
All right, so let me see. Something that they can't control that I'd be like, yo, that's wild work. I think even if you said something like, I would say something like light eyes. I'm still playing it safe. Slow down.
You are.
Okay.
Where do you guys want me to go?
Okay.
You
1%,
So,
a very nice derriere. I'm talking Princess Peach status.
I'll give you that.
Before surgery.
I'll give you that.
okay.
Just natural.
So
Just,
perky.
Natural.
So natural.
You know what? Just a
perky
really
breast.
a natural. No. A natural curvy body. Let's just do
Okay.
that. Let's do the
There
whole
we
thing.
go.
okay.
Okay.
Carrie, anything about
And
the
the-
hair you want to mention? Anything at all?
Ooh,
Is there anything at all that you want to mention about the hair?
about the hair. Why you drinking water? Now who's thirsty? The same water you had in that video earlier.
Not that video earlier.
Nigga, one DJ, one cup. It go
Yikes. 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 Jesus. Why did I?
Oh God.
Just
Listen,
take
you gotta
care of
say it or the
you know?
audience gonna say it for you.
Yep.
Doesn't need a lace front, is what you wanted to say.
Edges.
Okay.
1 percentile.
Are not all women born with edges?
No, do they still have them? No.
Yeah.
So
Are they-
edges would be the equivalent of a man making 6 figures. Like, have you been disciplined enough to maintain these things?
I mean, sometimes it's hereditary, right? But that's how they come. Listen, the baldness,
Oh,
edges.
Lord. Was anybody thinking this? Because Carrie said she was saying it for us. Oral.
Oral. As an oral
Make
sex.
sure that you say Carrie Webb when you
Carrie Webb, sorry.
I didn't say that.
I think that's more of a performative thing, and I don't think that men are being judged by the performative just yet as far as being in the 1 percentile. It's more or less on how
Would it
you
not
look.
be? Oh, okay.
Is
I would say if they're saying well endowed, you got to know what to do with it.
no, they're not. They're not.
Okay.
They're saying 6, 6, and 6. Satan, 6 feet, 6 figures, more than 6 inches.
Jesus.
Huh? You didn't know who the Antichrist was? All the men you're chasing. So if we can go back just a little bit.
What's
What
happening?
did I walk into, bro? Like,
Golly. All
Everybody wants to date the Antichrist.
right.
No,
Golly.
if we
You know what it is, bro? I don't feel like so like you said, I feel like this is new to us because
bro.
you got to be the one. Most of these women walking around with rough skin.
Yes.
Oh damn. Oh, I don't think men are really stuck on that kind of stuff. I think that's why you don't usually hear about
Okay.
it. I think that's why it's so difficult for us to come up with one because
Then what are we stuck on?
the shit that we like individually, you might not like.
I would
don't
say
give a
this.
shit about ankles.
I got
and
you.
eyebrows.
I got you. Y'all ready? What will put her in a 1 percentile?
What will put her there?
Kind.
I'll give you
I
that.
feel like that's rare.
Being kind,
a
I'll give you
peaceful woman.
that. Come
Kind,
on, now.
peaceful.
Now we're getting. Now we're getting somewhere. So we can put non-combative and kind and peaceful.
Oh, don't do that.
Just
Show
put
me.
them all right there, just in one.
A woman who holds herself highly accountable.
Jesus and Lord.
Wow.
Mm.
All right. See, now we're getting somewhere. It's so interesting that
Finish
we didn't go
this with
edges.
submissive. And
edges.
edges.
yeah, we
submissive and edges.
if they gave us one that was more along the lines of how to be able to please them, ours would be in return
Knowing where to go eat.
First of all, what are you talking about?
Both work.
No, first of all, wow. We talking about groceries? What is happening?
I mean,
oh my God.
Actually, you could actually use that for both.
See?
I feel like
When it
there may
works,
be
it
some
works.
foundational pillars we should talk about first before we start going down the alley. Okay, they trying to help us out in the chat. Fruitful, honor. What's she say? Jessica said, "Give us 3 narrowed down edges and good ankles, and can read. We all in the 1%. See, that's why we can't do those 3. Kind,
Nobody proved that she could
accountable. Just give me one more. Kind, accountable, and one more.
I like submissive. I like submissive.
Okay.
Okay.
And see, that goes to show what you just said. Every man is different, because I'm like the bringing of peace, the essence of peace about you. Like you're just calm, not calm and nonchalant, like you don't care. Like you care, but you're calm. Like you see the rev and you go neutral.
Yeah.
All the time. Does she have it in her anywhere? It's just she knows how to control it.
No. Yeah, because she doesn't want to use it. She likes peace.
I changed my answer. My last one is an effective communicator. I'm not even saying healthy, effective communicator.
I feel like that's for humans. That's not for men or women. That's just for human beings.
Can I have it, please?
Yes, sir.
Can I have it?
Because I agree.
In the most volatile situations, the most undesirable situation, can you still effectively communicate? And I think that's a good one. Pookie put that up there because I'm not saying that all women are this way, but there is a pattern that I've seen that even the most effective communicators. I can't finish my sentence. I see it. Go ahead. No, that's not the one you wanted. That one right there.
Soft. Yeah.
And
God. I think that melted all of us, nigga.
That in both ways too?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Come on. Yeah. Because it's nothing like a woman that's in her soft girl era. You know
No. Era's in, nigga.
You right.
They be trying to pass with that from the jump
because we're talking about what we see on social media, and that's the thing now. Soft girl
era is letting you know. Media. Is it a soft girl era like ERROR or is it ERA?
I got here.
I got soft by accident. I'm not gonna stay here.
They're on the play.
No, but if the women were wondering, some of these suggestions came from women. Yeah. I like this. We have kind, accountable, and then we have soft.
Yeah, that's solid.
We have effective communication, effective communicator.
Yeah.
I think that starts to move you into the more rare arena of women. Because it's not like they can't change it, right? It's not like a guy can't figure out a way to earn 6 figures or to become 6 feet or have 6 on the hang, right? You can, there's ways to get all this stuff, but not asking for much.
6 on the hang is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. What are we trying to do?
No, you could have said something else, bro.
Both of y'all
6 on the hang
could have said something else earlier.
And you 6 on the
just
hang.
trying to.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Y'all remember when we used to do the show with the 4 of us, and there was something in my cup.
What? With Arrow. Okay.
That is what I have in my cup tonight.
Oh Lord! So now
I had to retrace. I was like, oh,
explains a lot.
So you chose that tonight when I come to visit.
I haven't had it in a long time, and here we are. So,
we're here now. So
yeah, we're here now. So,
let's go.
So back to the point of, Ferg said God-fearing woman is most likely kind, soft, and submissive. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I think that God-fearing is a title that when we hear it, we just automatically believe it. I don't think a lot of us know how to verify it.
She may fear God, but she don't have the attributes that she should. She doesn't practice the things that, and I can go both ways. Now, I want a God-fearing man. You fear God, but he's still going to choke you out.
I think one thing I want to highlight is just how I've heard us all do it. How much we just try to make sure the audience hears us say, that can be both sides versus just going off on this long rant about women. I think that that's evidence of our intentions here tonight.
For sure.
Never to bash, never to make somebody feel less than, but to bring a conversation to the table that sometimes is heavily intended to be heard by one side, but
Yeah.
sometimes good for everybody.
That's facts.
That's
That's
what
facts.
maybe this will help was supposed to do.
Yeah, from jump.
Like that was the conversation that me and Mike was having, and the same conversations that me and Donnie have been having. It was like, yo, we're not trash, and trash is the forefront. Somebody has to hear this piece of conversation, because just maybe it will help communication and make it effective between some men and women. We can't change the world, but it also allows us to hold ourselves accountable. We have all grown since we started this show into
Amen to that.
totally different beings. And a lot of it is from this show, because you can't have
Amen
these
to that.
conversations. Even if you, and don't get me wrong, even if you bullshit, which none of us have, right? But even if you bullshitted in the conversation and decided that I'm going to give a partial truth or give say something that I wouldn't necessarily do because it sounds good. Now you have to hold yourself accountable to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just say it and then all of a sudden now you are somebody else or you're doing something different. It's like, yo, if I said I'm this, then this is this, and people hear it and they're like, damn, well, if somebody else can be like that, then yeah. So that's really what this was about.
Yeah,
everybody, not just the accountability on our end, and for other people to hear, to help the process.
Facts.
I can live with it.
Yeah.
So let me do this then. I want to move into another video. I feel like we did well with that one. This one, I'm interested to see how we would, or how we have acted in these kind of in this situation in the past, both all three of us. So check this out. Not the exact situation, but just similar situation.
Can I help you?
It's Macy from Tinder. Aren't you David?
You just look different.
How?
I don't know. Look at the height difference. You're like 7 feet tall. No, Macy, I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just you didn't tell me that.
You don't want to go on a date because I'm tall?
No, I don't want to go on a date because I'm short.
You're not short.
You just had to lean down to be eye level with me.
You're not that short, though.
Look at this. I'm wearing Kanzuris.
What the hell are Kanzuris?
My shoes. This is how tall I actually am. Look at the difference.
Those are kind of dope.
Well, they make me like 3 inches taller.
Doing the Lord's work.
I don't care that you're tall.
I don't care that you're short.
So I am short. I'm you.
Just a little bit.
I'm 6 feet. I have to get on my tiptoes to do that. You want to go get coffee still or what?
I'm down.
Cold brew?
Latte.
Alright. I don't know if I can do this if you're going to get a latte.
What the f*** you have against lattes, man?
Do you want to drive or should we just get on your back? Probably get there faster.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you guys do, or what have you done in the past where you met somebody through a friend, through an app, and something about them was significantly different than how they presented themselves online?
What I've done in the past is at least finish the date, try to have a good time, but probably wouldn't be a second date.
Is it dependent on what is significantly different, or the fact that they just didn't disclose something that was important?
Face looked different.
You've been catfish, Mike?
For sure. More than one.
How'd you let that happen?
Blind date. Hey, I got a homegirl,
First of all, wait. Is it still being catfished if it was a blind date? Because that sounds like a different level of manipulation. Who described this person to you? And did you have any
homegirl? And that's why I never take advice as far as women look from other women.
That was revenge. You pissed her off at some point in your life. She finally got you back.
She looked like Janet Jackson, bro.
Right. Right. More like Freddie Jackson. Jeez.
Carrie, has that ever happened to you, man? Somebody looks significantly different?
Yes, but I stayed through, hung out, still cool with somebody still to this day. But I watch the way that I interacted with them was very different. Well, not like off, right? But didn't give them the notion that this was going to be more than me being your homeboy.
But did you guys ever
Like,
say, hey, why didn't you say this to me? Why didn't you tell me this was different?
I didn't.
no.
And I think
could see.
What'd you say?
I said I could see. But we didn't need to have the conversation. It's obvious why you didn't say it.
Damn.
Right. No, for real though.
No,
for real. Seriously.
no.
No, seriously. Seriously. If we only taking neck up pictures, usually when from my experience, when women only or men only all right, what are we doing tonight? All right. All right. That was it.
So I think that all three of us often say communication is important. You know, we don't have to assume when a person's right in front of us. And so what I like most about that video is that he just called it out. Like, you're 7 feet. Like, she walked off. Of course, the person will be like, no, that's, let's talk about it. And I think that as I mature and I grow, I'm recognizing how different of an ending you could have in a situation that starts off awkward if you just talk about the awkward thing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. No, that's solid, bro. I still feel like it was weird that he was upset that she didn't tell him that she was 7 feet. But brother, did you tell her that you were 5 feet?
He's 6 feet.
I thought he said that.
He said he was 6 feet.
That's not true. Did you see that difference? 6 feet is only 12 inches. That was like 24 inches worth of difference.
He was 6 feet with the 3-inch tennis shoes. 5'9".
So he was 5'9".
Carrie, what was
but I think it was more or less. I think it was more or less for him being afraid of her not wanting him.
Yep.
So he made it a joke. He played off of the fact that she was this, so it could be,
Yeah.
It's almost like a dude saying I got a micro dick, but he's got only 5. What'd you say? 5 hang? 5, 6.
5 with that 5 with 6 with the hang.
He only got 5 with the hang, but if he tell her that he only got 2, when she see it, she's glad it's not 2. So that's kind of the same thing that he was saying off of.
So would you say that's a good tactic to kind of like, if you find yourself in an awkward situation, to kind of try to make comedy of it?
I say humor is always a good way to kind of lighten the mood. You know what I'm saying? Because he ended up jumping up, giving her a high five, and they're probably gonna go out and have a great time. I don't know. Even then, from that interaction, I don't know if it'll go past that one date, but they're gonna go out and have fun tonight, though.
You know what I like about it though, and again, it is that night, but you never know what it can become.
Right.
And I think that if we spend time assuming when the person is in front of us and we can ask the question, it may not have to be a one-nighter. You may be exposed to something that you like that you didn't even know you would have liked because you didn't have the conversation. I had a girl tell me once, she was like, "You're easy to talk to," and I think that foundationally,
only one girl ever told you that?
My entire life. And so when we have these kind of conversations. Listen, I'm a marrier. When we talked about earlier, what makes a woman sit in the 1%? And she's kind, she's accountable, and nice ankles. But I think that when you get into a place to where you not only can add humor to it, but you're having these awkward conversations, I think it does open up the door to say, wow, this person's easy to talk to. And if dating is the process of collecting data through communication, the easier a person is to talk to, the more likely you are to get honest and valuable information from them. I think it's easier to make a clear decision on if I want to spend more time with this person if they're being honest. But a lot of times their honesty depends on how easy it is to talk to you. And sometimes the easiest way to make communication appear easy is to keep it light, add a little humor to it.
But I've also found that some people don't want to talk about shit. Some people do not want to discuss if they didn't bring it up, that means they didn't want to talk about it. And even if you bring it up because you're comfortable with it,
let's talk about that.
You're comfortable with yourself, or you're trying to make them comfortable with the situation. If they're not comfortable with it outside of you, there's nothing you can do to make this conversation comfortable.
So,
and there's nothing.
I think it is. You can gracefully bow out of the conversation. Sometimes you not pressing the issue might entice them to want to be more honest because they're probably used to people pressing. No, tell me, you're on a date. You're supposed to be telling me things. Anything I ask you, you're supposed to be answering. But if you meet somebody, it's like, oh, that sensitive topic, don't even trip. Maybe later or maybe not at all. It's all good. Let's talk about something different. I know that. Go ahead.
No, I struggle with that. I definitely struggle with that. Not at all. Like, why would you not want to have this conversation? I mean, not in a dating. I mean, not in the like early dating field. I mean, in relationships, like, like why would we not want to have this conversation? Well, that doesn't matter. Why does it not matter? It's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
And if it's a question, if I'm, I mean, understanding that, the first rule to that comes, be prepared for whatever answer you receive. What I was saying was I struggle with is sometimes that answer is, I don't want to.
So let me say this, bro. I think that a remedy for this, right, is before you go on a date, maybe set down some standards, some guidelines about how you date. That way people can know before they get there, right? So you guys know I have a book coming out and we're going to be doing some interviews, and I'm already going to get opportunity to look at some of the questions ahead of time to identify if these are questions I want to answer on their platform, right? And I think that lets me know if I need to show up or not. Because if all you want to know is about the abortions in the strip club and not about the book, then that might be an issue for me if I'm in the season of trying to promote the book. Or if we say we're talking about the book and I get there, you try to drop a question about my personal life, I can say, that's not what we're here for today. We can book another time for that. I think that what makes people comfortable when they don't know you and you're a stranger, but they're attracted to you and you want to go on a date, is knowing with a little bit of clarity what they're getting themselves into when they go on a date with someone like you.
And I feel like that falls into creating that environment for them to feel comfortable. Sometimes we want to know information. That's so funny. Me and Janae were just having this conversation on the couch, and we were talking about a previous relationship I was in as opposed to this one, and it was something fairly minor. But I was like, that's so funny. I never told her what I just told what I've told Janae, and she was like, well, why wouldn't you tell her? But you told me, and I was like, I don't know. And as we were talking about it, it just dawned on her first that the environment for me to feel comfortable with sharing that with her was not there. She thought it should be just because we were dating, just because we were together. She thought automatically that it should be there. But sometimes we got to remember, like, as much as I want to know, maybe I haven't created that space for her to really share that and feel comfortable, or vice versa. Me sharing something with you and feeling really comfortable with sharing it.
Okay.
It's funny that I feel like that's one of those double standard things. I feel like with men, we are, when they say it or when they ask, we are on the required space to give them an answer in regards to things like that. But when we ask them if they're not comfortable, then that conversation either has to be delayed or not had at all. But if we are not comfortable, we are hiding something. We're not being truthful. And we don't want to share or we don't want to talk about things. And no, it's always to try and make you comfortable with having the conversation. But the reality of it is it goes both ways, like, so I definitely agree with what you were saying, Mike. Like,
so maybe part of our standard needs to be, before we date someone, I find a way to identify if they operate in this whole double standards realm of dating. I think that might be a good deal breaker from the jump. You know what I'm saying? There may be a way through a phone conversation or through a text message to identify, like, what do you think about these double standards? And if that is already rubbing you the wrong way, then you can already, again, just getting a good lay of the land before you go in there and try to build a house.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
The soil may not be good for vulnerability. And like we said on a few episodes ago, some people ain't dating for data, they're dating for draws. And this might be, a good thing to identify. Like I always say, people say, oh, that person wasted my time. Like maybe you just didn't verify well enough ahead of time, because it sounds like they were intending to do what they were going to do the whole time. You just didn't have a plan in place to identify what they wanted to do. And now you feel like they wasted their time, but you never did express what quality time looked like for you in a dating space. So maybe you, in the lack of your communication or standards or verification process, wasted your own time.
That would be too much like right to hold themselves accountable.
Well, that's the 1%. You just said that. Somebody that holds themselves accountable is that 1%.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe you're
All
the
right.
issue that you didn't see it. Anyway, go ahead.
And again, that's where therapy comes in. That's where maybe this will help the podcast comes in. You get a chance to look at things
Okay.
and through a lens of self-awareness and say, dang, I do that. I have these expectations that I've never expressed. I have these standards that I get mad at people for not holding up to or living up to that I haven't expressed or explained. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm tired of people running over me, but I have these boundaries that I don't enforce.
You said that
What
you don't.
you breaking up a little bit, Carrie? What'd you say?
That it's the intranet. I still got dial up.
Close your windows.
The internet
and turn the light off in the back. Let the internet out. No, I was just saying, like boundaries and things that they don't hold themselves accountable for. There's a lot of like, I want, but I'm not giving. And I think that makes it difficult to have a shared comfortable space.
Is the space?
I think once everybody is.
No, go ahead.
You said it's a space. No, it's my internet again.
Yeah, I thought you had stopped talking because the internet glitchy. But go ahead.
That was it. I did stop.
Okay. So my question to you was, is the safe space, do we require the safe space to be mutual? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a guy can be so into a girl that he wants to create the safe space for her. But fellas, do we ever require the space to be safe for us as well? Do we think that's soft, that's feminine, no matter what kind of situation you put me in, I'm gonna show up, you know what I'm saying? And answer, you know?
So I think for me, bro, I think that I didn't realize that I needed a safe space until I had one. So I've been going through all these relationships thinking, not really even knowing what's wrong. Why I don't really want to open up? Why I'm not sharing like my skeletons? Why I'm not sharing my deepest, darkest, stuff with this woman, not knowing that it's because she hadn't created this safe space. Like I said, I don't know if you heard me here. I said I didn't know I really needed a safe space until I was provided one. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, what is this? You mean you're not leaving? You're not scared? You're not, judging me? You mean you want to talk about it? Oh shit.
And I love that, bro, because me and my friend, a female friend of mine, were having this conversation about safe spaces. And I said, how can you verify for me that you're safe to talk to? Well, I care about y'all. I'm like, but
wow,
what do you do that's different from other places? What can you tell me that you do and that you are willing to do and that you often do and that you recognize when to do in this environment with us that would you say, okay, I'm gonna make you feel safe? When do you start saying, well, I'm an active listener and I'm curious, and like, you know what I'm saying, when I hear certain cues, I kind of pause and I slow down and I soften up a little bit extra because I recognize that's usually when a man is about to tell me something like, you saying it's safe, don't make it safe.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah.
Y'all shorten y'all shows now because that should be it.
Right. Mic drop.
Bro, that's been such a big deal for me, man. Even one of these groups that I go to, right? I'm on a leadership board, and we were talking about telling people it's safe space. And I stopped the whole leadership. I said, how is it safe when we say everybody's welcome? When we're saying doesn't matter what your background is, we're saying you can speak whatever's on your mind. How are we verifying that it's safe?
I think, bro, sometimes, like I said, sometimes you don't know it's safe until you in it. Until that person in that group you're in, until that person says something that most would consider crazy to say out loud, but it's accepted and it's not frowned upon and it's not looked at as, oh, this nigga crazy, or why would he say that? But we're having conversation about it without making that person feel guilty about sharing whatever it is they said.
Is there anything anybody can tell you ahead of time that may make you?
For me, no, because I've heard it, bro. I've heard it's okay. I've heard you can open up. I've heard you're safe with me. I've heard all of the things, and it turned out to be some bullshit until I got in the relationship I'm in now. So no, it got to be verified.
I think that there's ways that things they can say to me that will make me be like, okay, I'm willing to open up here. You know,
what is one of those things? Put it here.
Carrie, did you have a comment for the show?
for the show. This nigga, did you have a comment? You got to be specific. These niggas, boy.
Golly, this big over. He just. You good? All right. So, in closing this conversation, thinking about what do you do when you're face to face with a person that wasn't completely honest with you about maybe their physical appearances. It sounds like collectively we're saying keep it light, speak on it. Don't just go with the flow as if nothing's wrong, because you might be setting a bad example of what you expect or how you want this dating process to go. Is that fair enough?
Fair enough.
I know, Danielle. It's these two guys. I just can't figure them out.
Just can't figure them out.
All right. So, let's go ahead and do this. So, this is one I wanted to bring up on the show before we get too deep into. We have some serious stuff coming up. It is the second hour, but it's not comedy, bro. This is real, and this is a conversation I have with I have a lot of friends that are in the Christian community, and when we talk about some of the things that don't make relationships work, or let alone marriage work, sometimes they're some of the more basic things. They're not like, oh, he doesn't know the Bible, or she doesn't want to pray with me. I think that the church would benefit from having two ministries associated with everything they do. And one is mental health, and the other is sex ed.
Yeah.
I think that those are two specific arenas that I think this church kind of shies away from or spends very little time unpacking.
Agreed.
So, Carrie, you got something before I put the video up? Go ahead.
I just want to know, sex ed, like 8th grade sex ed type?
Nope. Sex ed, just like this.
Does your pussy stink? You should follow these 7 tips, and that way you'll avoid scaring away the goose. Pay close attention. The last one is the most important.
Come on! How do you expect it not to smell like goat if you don't even take a good bath? Washing daily is basic. There's no excuse, girl.
Do you dry yourself well after showering? Because if not, friend, that moisture becomes a magnet for bacteria. Don't be lazy. Not even water stays wet for so long.
Have you ever worn one of those synthetic panties? It looks like you're going to fry down there. Better wear cotton. Because I also breathe. It's not a pressure cooker.
Why do you want to put perfume on something that already has its own smell? As if I were a flower vase. The only thing you achieve with so much fragrance is for it to smell like strawberry with mint and fish. If you don't want it to smell weird, start drinking water. If you only give it soda, well, obviously it's going to get rid of everything that's useless, including that suspicious fragrance. Hey, don't you realize those tampons aren't what they used to be? It's like you're keeping a smelly heel in there. Change whatever is necessary. If the smell doesn't go away, it's not normal, friend. Don't think it's something that will go away on its own. It's better to go have a gynecologist check it out. Does your pussy...
Sexual education. Tell me that some of those things right there are not contributing to some of these divorce rates. Tell me.
Can you warn me next time?
I tried.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Does your pussy stink?
You stop. Jesus of Nazareth.
I feel like that's more hygiene than it is sex education. That's a hygiene class.
But that's where you get it.
You on mute, bro.
It was probably good that I was. Go ahead. I'm not, again, and sometimes you get in community like, oh, this is gross, this is inappropriate. This is the human body. And this is one of the main, I guess, non-verbal ways of communicating with your partner.
Facts. That's true.
And if communication is such a big deal, verbal and non-verbal, then this is something that should be discussed, because I can't tell you guys, and Carrie knows this about me very well. I can't tell you about the number of women that Carrie and I individually have had to educate on their reproductive hygiene, or because nobody was really teaching that either in school, or parents didn't think it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, I think even Carrie and I both have had to talk to some young ladies in our mentorships about like, hey, this is what you want to stay away from. This is what you want to use. Foods and diet and products. It's a big deal in marriage. What if you telling me these men, most of the reason they're marrying her isn't because they want to, you know what I'm saying, to be intimate with her, and we don't know how to create a specific environment for that intimacy that has to deal with biology. What are we saying, man? We're not being honest.
Other than that man that is choosing to stay celibate until marriage, which I definitely commend. Other than him, how are we ending up married to somebody and we just now having a conversation? Like, how do we get to marriage and we ain't talk about this before now?
The interesting thing about
because we're not allowed to talk about. I was about to say we're not allowed to talk about women. We're not allowed to give. That's not an arena.
Allowed sounds crazy.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
I do. Like, 1000%.
We are definitely not allowed to speak upon a woman's body. We are not allowed to say these things because it's disrespectful. But nobody cares about how disrespectful this fragrance is.
I love that it's called a fragrance.
Ain't that what they called it on Boomerang?
Yes. Jesus, that was a nice throwback.
It was.
And I think that oftentimes, if we just finished talking about in the last video about things that can become awkward, you don't have to be physically intimate with a girl or a guy to know about their hygiene. Hygiene does not respect cotton, silk, nylon, nor wool. Yeah. It can get through all of them.
Yeah.
And if you are in a situation where you feel like it's inappropriate to talk about that, you have to ask yourself, what are you setting yourself up for? Because it's almost like you're not saying anything is consenting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, consenting to the scent. It must be fine. And I think that what I'm saying tonight on the podcast is like, talk about the awkward things. Talk about the things that matter, but they may be awkward. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, how often do you bathe? Do you, go to the gym and do you bathe after the gym? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or, who taught you how to like really take care of yourself? You know what I'm saying to you? Because we get into these relationships and people get married and they hire me as a coach or they hire a therapist to tell them about the things that they're struggling with in their marriage that they still won't talk to their partner about.
Yeah.
And what happens? Sometimes these things lead to or set the seed for infidelity.
Yeah. You're right. Dang. What is it? Let's kind of dig deeper into this topic. So what is it? Why are men, women, but we're talking about men right now. So why are men so afraid to tell our wives? We're not talking about just random that we wanted to smash for long. Our wives. Why are we afraid to tell our wives, like, babe, I'm not cool? Because men will go and still smash holding their breath. Like, why? Why when I can just have a conversation with you? Like, hey, let's go get in the shower.
That's still not talking about it.
You're on your own.
So
you're on your own.
So that's my point. So then we just not gonna have sex with our wives because we don't want to say nothing.
So let me say it this way.
She's not gonna make it to be my wife.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
But like Mike said, if you're waiting until you get married to engage in these things, Carrie.
I didn't do it.
This nigga camera is thirsty, boy.
Hey, you got it set on thirst trap. Anytime I lean back, look for my waistband. I would say it like this, right? I think that some guys don't bring this conversation up because, and this is going to be, maybe a cop-out answer, but I want to start here at least. They don't trust their choice. They don't trust their choice. They are not willing to say something that might piss her off, or she's sensitive, or that's gonna make her angry. Like, trust your choice. If you got you a solid woman and you want to be able to have these kind of conversations, brothers, we might be the ones that need to initiate it. But again, I'm not saying that if you don't know how to do it, you don't go and ask for help. Call 988. Call the crisis hotline number and ask them, hey, I want to have an uncomfortable conversation with my partner. Help me with the language. You may not want to come out, you know what I'm saying, with the, you guys on vacation and come out.
Does your pussy stink?
That may not be where you want to start the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It may want to be like, babe, I would love to talk about hygiene. Here's something that could potentially impact our future in a way that we both need to be aware of.
And I think you should watch this video.
Wow.
It starts off saying,
I love this conversation though. All bullshit aside, this is a really good conversation because it is something that is not talked about. And then we remember the girls growing up in
Oh my God.
wow.
Listen, pH balance is a serious issue. Go ahead.
Yes. I'm saying, you know, we remember growing up as kids and that one or two girls that would always have that smell and nobody ever said anything.
Amen.
And she came to school every day and it's like, dang, I feel bad for this. Like, does she know? Does she smell it? And I feel like at some point they don't realize because they live with it. So it's important, like, don't just assume like, oh, she must know. Not all the time.
It's just like men sometimes after we ball or in the gym and we have a smell. We had it our whole life, so we used to it. It smell like a dog. And it's just
they tell me every time you stink.
And that's beautiful. Because what if she let you go out in public? I ain't gonna have my husband out there being talked about. You know what I'm saying to you? So let me ask you questions. Both of you guys, Carrie, you've been married. Mike, you're married right now. The question on the table is, can I ask, are there times when you husbands really don't want to have sex with your wife at times?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, I don't want my wife.
Yeah.
It's not
say that because that's so important because it's easy to get your feelings hurt with absent conversation. It's one thing to just I don't want to with no, and we're talking about your wife. I feel like when it comes to sex and you guys, whatever, she doesn't want to have sex, he don't want to have sex, a conversation needs to be had on why. Because biblically speaking, they're owed that.
Golly.
So if you're saying that you're not going to live up to your end of the deal, I need to know why.
I think that this for me just goes back to making sure that you're with someone who's easy to talk to, that you can have these awkward conversations with, not even have, that you want to have these kind of conversations with, man. I think it's such a big deal, man. Somebody had a question. They said, oh, no, education. It can be from the food she eat or the detergent that they have washed their clothes in. Listen, lady, let me tell you something. I'm going to use my experience to bring some insight to the table.
Yikes.
No, I'm not a virgin. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't wait till marriage and whatnot. But because I didn't, there's some things I can share with you. There's sometimes some things you can do to try to prep that area, men and women, that can make it challenging for your body to produce natural fluids. Certain deodorants and perfumes don't belong down there because they actually work against the body's natural instinct to develop fluid or to develop its own natural scent. There's certain foods. Don't just think you can eat trash all week and then the night of your hookup eat a bag of pineapples and everything's gonna be okay. Like, that's not how these things operate. This is the kind of education I think that we need.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
And if it's dry down there, that takes away from the pleasure, and the pleasure is ultimately can be impacting the connection between the two of you guys. I'm not saying every time you engage with sex with your wife that somebody needs to have an orgasm. That's not the goal of sex. It's bonding, it's intimacy. But if it's a struggle and it doesn't feel good, you know what I'm saying? If you ever had sex with your wife, it's like, oh, babe, that I'm not that position. You don't keep forcing it because the goal is to bond with her, to come closer with her, right? You know what I'm saying to you? So again, like, if she can't get, you know what I'm saying, as moist as she want to, bro, you can't get as hard as you want to. Sometimes it's not your partner's fault. Sometimes it's something that you're doing with your own body.
Come on, man.
That's working against you. That's preventing you from arriving to this place and this environment within yourself to be able to bring mutual pleasure to your partner.
That's good. That's good.
I have a question for my bros. What's the question? Yeah. I've been married 23 years. Sometimes we don't feel like it. It's the same boobs and vagina that you've been getting forever. That's a rough statement, fellas. Any guys want to comment on that one?
I haven't experienced that one yet.
So I haven't experienced it, but I feel like I can see 23 years. I feel like I can see it. I feel like that's why it's so important to keep the mirror as spicy as possible, doing different things. We're not doing the same positions all the time. We trying out new stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's important to to be as open as possible as you're willing to be with your partner, as far as sexually.
Where do you get your new stuff from, Mike?
I said I haven't experienced this yet, brother. I preface this conversation, brother.
Well, I remember, man. I used to tell Carrie this, man.
Amazon.
It's not Sheen. You don't get it from the Sheen.
Temu, my nigga.
They break in the middle of the process.
Listen, all I'm saying, bro, is that this
He
educational
got a rose. He
component-
got weed. Sorry.
God. Okay, so if we want to bring that up, so not to be too comical, because I just had a conversation with a friend about toys, right? We're talking about toys, and again, this is an educational component. There's this post that said you were pregnant and you use a vibrator. That's why your baby has a stutter. That's not the point of the conversation. The point is that when you are,
oh my God, that is 1,000% the point of
Nice.
this conversation.
So we're talking about bringing new stuff in. The point is that be careful what you bring into the bedroom, because sometimes your anatomy can get used to a certain material, a metal or speed or something like that that your partner can't produce. And you can indirectly become addicted to something that your partner can never do for you. So I would just say be careful about everything that you bring into the bedroom.
I agree. And that's why I think, like, while we're on the subject, that's why I think porn can be a silent killer of sexual relationships and marriage, because you're looking for this certain type of woman, you looking for this certain type of performance that you get from pornography. People thinking that this is just how everybody has sex all the time. It always lasts 2 hours. It's always the best vagina and the best. Hey, ban Ray from the podcast right now.
He wrote his ass up. The horns is diabolical.
You know what I'm hoping that people see on this podcast tonight? That you can have some of the most awkward conversations that can be the most beneficial. Just keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Keep it light. Like me and my friend were talking a while ago about how a husband and a wife are locked in when he walks around her on soft. That's how you know they locked in. And I think sometimes there's so much ego in the dating, ego in relationships, ego in marriage, that you are putting up. The ego is putting up so many barriers between you and that person, having like this full like vulnerability and transparency and bond with each other, man.
Bad.
I
don't
want to know, Mike. I don't want to know, Mike. Mike is about to get banned from the show.
Oh man, it's the best feeling though, bro. It's the best. It's man.
Oh, you mean walking around with little meat?
Well,
you saw where I was going. You saw where I was going. You saw. Okay, all right.
He's like, it's kind of, never really that, but I get your point.
So listen, somebody's looking for help. He said, help your boy out. 23 years of the same vagina is the same situation. I guarantee you will get bored, fellas. You have to love her to make it
for sure. No, that's an absolute fact that there has to be a bond there that's deeper than sexual pleasure in order to keep you, you know what I mean, with your wife for 23 years. What I'm saying though is, while both organs still work, we want to try to make it as enjoyable as possible, and maybe the same old thing just not gonna cut it no more.
So I want to talk about this though. Oh yeah, Kerry, go ahead.
I wanted to pose a question to him. Do you think in this 23 years that you have had a part in
why it's not
getting bored with your partner? I'm not talking about anything from her, nothing that she didn't do. I'm saying, what did you over these 23 years do to sustain yourself? Because you knew that feeling would come, and that's the thing.
Or wouldn't.
That's
or not come.
Well, when I say that, meaning like a natural space of the same, you eat the same thing over and over again. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like So,
Hello.
That's next week's episode when
But-
intimacy with your partner starts to feel like meal prepping. Yes, for sure.
Right, facts. But
Yeah.
when you look at that though, the question is, if you know there was what did you prep for that? Where was the preparation for the 23 years? And I'm not shooting, you know, but this is my question from someone who desires that. Did you do the things that you could have done to make 23 feel like 3?
This is for you, Carrie. You said, great question. No, I haven't. My wife has gotten deeper in her faith, and she thinks that some things that I like may be different territory, if that makes sense.
Wow.
So so one thing that we always do on the show, we kind of do some definitions. So, Carrie, before you get back in there, pause. Bored. Bored is an adjective describing the feeling of being weary, uninterested, or restless due to a lack of engaging activity or stimulation. So based on that idea, because it started with it gets boring or I'm bored, how would you respond to this situation now? Knowing what you know about sex, knowing what you know about marriage.
Yeah, but I think now that he's giving us a little bit of disclaimer as to why he's bored, that kind of makes it a little bit different. Now we're talking about somebody's faith.
So let me say this though, because my grandmother always told me it's not where you go, it's who you're going with. So I think there might be a room for a mindset shift to say, hey, we may not be able to go into this territory of fantasy with your partner, but just think about who you with and let that, maybe that can be the new drive of stimulation. For my married brothers, is that landing or no?
Say it one more time.
So maybe it's not so much that you guys can't go into these territories of fantasies that you have because she's not comfortable with that. Maybe it's more or less like thinking about the sentimental value of, yo, this is who I'm with. This person I've done all these things with, and that can be the source of stimulation to get you out of that place of boredom. Like I'm compounding interest in this marriage because I'm with the same person. Sometimes it's the mindset shift, and the value and the stimulation comes from I'm building with someone versus this is a person I get to exercise or explore different fantasies with. Because when you say it that way, it sounds like it's more about the fantasies than it is the person.
I feel like it sounds good, bro. But sometimes as men, even in my marriage now, sometimes you just want to nut. I don't want to bond with you right now. That's not what every time we engage in any type of sexual activity is not necessarily for a bonding experience. Sometimes it's, woo, I had a day today. I need to get one off, and who better than my wife? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
Nobody. That's the point.
That actually could, if I don't feel that bonding space, like I need a nut and it's not a bonding space. After I nut, I want the bond.
For sure, I can see that. I can see that.
So when I'm saying like
in a marriage though, the bond is always going to be there. That's what's so beautiful about being married and having sex.
Well, when I say the bond, meaning like the actual act of it being closer, you always have the bond. You got the bond when you walk in the door, but I may want to be held after. You know what I'm saying? I get this off. What's that? Even getting one off with wifey is still, absolutely.
Brother, he said it's called aftercare. I ain't mad at it.
Yes. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely. You know, women talk about that all the time. Like, how is his aftercare? Does he hold you? Does he cuddle?
Yeah.
Or does he tell you, move?
I think James is
you the towel and get up and go make a sandwich.
Actually, I'm already labeled at the top. Is it? No, this is a live show, brother. This is a live show every Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Okay. This is good. And so the reason I'm happy that this video took the turn that it took, because I think that's too often, if you the arenas of life that you make taboo in your marriage, I think could eventually work against your marriage. I'm not saying you guys in the first 2-3 years will be able to talk about everything, but if the goal is to continue to open up more and more to each other, and invite each other into more and more of those rooms within yourself, I think that will help the marriage to continue to grow and evolve. And being a person that's never been married, it only means so much if I say it. But you guys have both been married and presently married, so you guys can verify if that's accurate or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, all of the places. But see, the thing about respect and courtesy, even when it comes to your marriage. I know some people who are in the faith of Christianity say what the Bible say, that the body belongs to the husband, and the husband, you don't necessarily want to walk into the bedroom with the contract or with the word saying, "Hey, that's mine."
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like it. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like when you get married, I feel like that's how you should want it to be. Like, this is hers, and she's saying this is yours.
But think about this though, bro. With everybody that I've talked to that's been married, even the people that I've coached that are in marriages,
Mhm.
one of the things that happens when you get married, and I think this is something that's maybe unique to religion, is
Yeah.
that person starts smoothing out your rough edges. So as
Yes.
much as we think that we're gonna come in and love each other and start enjoying all these fantastic things, there's still development that's happening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes before, during, or after the sex.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because
For sure.
sometimes the way that they touch you reminds you of your molester.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes the things that they want to do that you didn't want to do, there's a reason why. 'Cause something happened in college you never told nobody about. That's why you don't like that position.
Yeah. And those are the conversations that need to be had. So your wife or your husband is not feeling like, man, it's something about me she just don't like. And now he's telling the girl at work about all of the problems y'all having in the bedroom. And now she like, oh, well, now we starting something else.
What you doing tomorrow, Shody?
Right.
Not talking to you about my marriage,
Right.
shouty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Come on, man.
If you need somebody to vent to, call 988 because that
Or 911 sometime. God,
she 911.
Someone please call 911.
Right.
So this was good, man. We got about 30 minutes left in the show. I got about at least 2 more videos I'd like to touch on before we get out of here. We're gonna transition. I just want to say to the people in the comments, man, thank you guys so much for just chiming in. I just made that up. That could be a new saying. Yeah. Thank you guys for chiming in with your questions, just helping the conversation move forward. Ultimately, the goal is that whoever comes here leaves better than they came. Just with the conversation we just had, I'm not sure how we feel about that motto, but it is what it is. Got to get it somewhere. She said it's true. Don't ever choke me, right? Some people think like, oh, that's a way to add some excitement, but you never know what that could be connected to. It's okay. I'm not even gonna put any names out there, but I had a conversation with one of my friends who's married. And this I didn't wait till marriage. And so there's things that I've done that I'm able to have I was able to have certain conversations with them, and they said for the first time, me and my partner, me and my wife, you know what I'm saying, we laughed during sex. Like we were playful. We were able to tell some jokes. And it's like that is a whole different kind of experience within itself that I think that is evidence of a certain kind of mature bonding that's happening.
Yeah,
because
man.
it's almost a way like you can step away from this pressure of what society has told you this moment should be, and be present to what it is creating for you. And if there's a moment for laughter, or you're looking at each other, or you hear something weird, and the communication can still be happening with your partner, that's understandable between the two of you.
You know what it's done for me in my marriage, bro? It's taken away the feeling of needing to perform. And it's deepened and it's made more prominent the need to be present. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you locked in the performance, you making sure your strokes is right, you're making sure you flexing your abs so you look good, you're making sure all of these things, and you forgetting about the whole reason why you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those little jokes, those little, laughter and all of that other stuff you're talking about, it takes away the performance. You know what I mean?
I think it makes the moment more honest.
Yeah.
All right. So as we're moving in, as we are spending time talking about the things that we enjoy in our marriage and with our partners and all these kind of things, we have to get there. So there's a journey to get into marriage, right? And sometimes there's certain things that happen in the marriage, in the dating process, that should be a red flag. And this video is going to expose something, and I wonder how you guys feel about it, because the dude's answer was pretty direct. So here we go.
Jessica just booked the Airbnb. South Beach is gonna be insane this weekend.
Jessica, the single friend who just broke up and wants a hot girl summer?
Don't start, Cole. It's just a girls' trip. We just want to dance.
In Miami, at clubs where promoters let you in for free because you're the product for rich guys?
God, you are so insecure. Do you trust me or not?
Insecurity is checking your phone. Reality is knowing that alcohol plus that environment equals bad decisions.
I'm an adult. You can't tell me where I can go.
You're absolutely right. I don't own you. You are free to go wherever you want.
Glad you finally realized that. I'll be back on Monday.
Go have fun. But understand this. I don't take serious relationships with women who act single.
Are you breaking up with me? Over a weekend trip?
A woman who respects her man doesn't put herself in a position to be disrespected by others.
This is controlling. You're manipulating me to stay.
No, controlling is forcing you to stay. Boundaries are deciding what I will tolerate.
You make your choice. I'll make mine. The door is open. But don't expect me to be here when you walk back through it.
So the reason I wanted to bring this video up is because there's sometimes these standards that we have, and I think that the standards are created not based on where we are today, but based on life we want in the future. And some people fit your now, but they don't fit your next. You know what I'm saying? Some people are fun right now, but when you think about the dating process and what you're willing to do and not willing to do in dating, but you know that it's stark different from how you want your marriage to look. You have a responsibility to say in the dating environment what you will and will not stand for. But if you're trying to impress this person, you're creating a false narrative and a false idea of what it's like to be with you. And then when you guys do get married, it's almost like, well, why'd you switch and you changed? When we were dating, you were cool with me going on these girls' trip. You were cool, you know what I'm saying, with me being out drinking, or you were cool with me going out with the boys and, you know what I'm saying, and being at these parties where all these women were going to be. If you're not cool with that, like, say it. Because as I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying, getting back into dating at some point, once my life gets a little different arrangement, I have to remind myself, it doesn't matter who feels good today. Do your best to consider who's going to feel right in 10 years. Knowing the kind of life that you want to create for yourself, not what woman makes you feel best or gets you the most excited, but who's going to want what you want when it comes to lifestyle.
That's tricky.
Interesting. That's interesting, bro. And I say that's interesting because is that for me, I don't know if I was necessarily just looking for somebody that wanted the same things that I wanted. And I feel like for me, I feel like the joy of being in a relationship, being in marriage is finding out new things that Janae likes and she likes to do that I would have never thought in a million years to do. And now I've adopted some of the things that she enjoys and likes to do, and then vice versa. I don't know if I ever looked for just only a girl that just wants what I want.
So check this out. On a subconscious level, do you have any non-negotiables?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. There's certain things that you are not bending on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're not having smoke outs at my house when we get married.
Yeah.
I think that we know these things subconsciously, and too often we think that it's just an unspoken rule, but you need to speak.
Yeah. You gotta speak. Yeah.
I don't think my wife would ever think I would want that or allow that, but let me ask just in case. Let me say it just in case, because say, for instance, they want to have, you want a drinking party at your house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, they want to teach the kids about weed and alcohol at your house, or, you know what I'm saying? You marry into a family that's a party family, and, there's some gang affiliation, and they like to get real loud and stuff at your house.
Yeah.
If you know that's not the kind of environment, I'm speaking for myself. You guys know I have a peaceful home.
Yeah,
so
bro.
There's certain aspects of how a person wants to do life that are absolutely a deal breaker for me because of the amount of peace I require. And those are the non-negotiables that I talk about on a subconscious level.
Why do you feel like some people, I'd even say a lot of people, act or seem to be okay with certain things when they date, but then when we get married, that they flip that switch, like, no, I'm not cool with that no more. Like, and because I've heard a lot of people say, and you guys could, I'm sure both of you may be able to attest to this, like, I've heard people say, you married this woman and she was always for the streets, but now when you marry her, you think that she's gonna stop partying, stop clubbing, stop drinking because she's married now.
Carrie?
That's the same way that women always say, you know, they date potential. That's our dating of potential. That's our way of going. If once she becomes wifey, these things are going to change. But a lot of times those behaviors, because it's expected. That's the potential. That's what we're
never
hoping. That's what
expressed,
we're
just
thinking.
Never, bro.
But shit, even if in some aspects like that, you can express it. You also get to see what you're seeing.
So this is the thing about it, though. You also see what you're fantasizing, right? Because he said alcohol and something else and dancing and stuff, it just leads to bad decisions from his experience. So this question was specifically for Carrie. Carrie asked Carrie, as a DJ, how do you feel about this video? Is he right to be concerned? Is he being fair? For those who don't know, Carrie has DJ'd out of the country, in the country, some of the hottest spots, some hedonism spots. Like, so would you say it's fair for him to have these kind of concerns about his girl going on a girls trip in Miami exclusively? Let's talk about that one first.
It depends on like her get down in that conversation was very much, I'm going to be on some fuck shit. I in my own relationship have had the space of like realizing, hey, like the woman you're dating is like, yo, I'm not like them. Me and my girls are not this. We go and we party amongst ourselves, and this is what we do. Like, if I want to be like that, then we'll go on trips together, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not the space I'm in. So you can't hold me accountable for things that A, I don't do, B, I've never done, and C, it's just not in my character. So yes, this may be what Mary, Michelle, and Monica do, but it's not necessarily shut up, bro. Like, it was just the M's. Good God, from Zion.
Was it?
Man, this is why I don't talk to Donnie.
Out of the heart, the mouth speaks, brother.
Well, damn you! I rebuke you into the depths of hell for that statement.
Absolutely, brother. I've been there before. My point is, I know
what relationship was that?
I know how to get back. Listen, I know how to get back. My point is, though, looking at this video, right? You know, you got your girl and she's faithful, and you see the energy, but it's also she's hanging out with her friend that just broke up, wants to have a hot girl summer,
right?
And it's this idea that I think that men develop that we should talk about. The more, and I don't know if this is true for you guys, but it's true for me. The more interested I am in a woman, the more I want to protect her.
Yeah, man.
And the more the more I have to keep that protector in check, because it can become very overbearing. I don't want nobody looking at you, touching you. Like, it's almost like I got a new car. I love it. I hate to compare women to a car, but I'm gonna get a cover for it. I'm gonna put it in the garage. Like, I'm taking it out when it's necessary.
Treat it like I love it.
I treat it like I love it because it's hard for me to let the thing that I love be out there without my protection.
Yep.
I saw this thing with Muhammad Ali, and he was in an interview, and he was basically asking, the guy asked him something about how he wants his woman to dress, or what he doesn't want his woman to wear. And he was basically like, if you had something precious, would you want everybody else to have access to this precious thing? Would you want everybody else to be able to put their hands on it, to have, be able to, something that's precious to you, because you don't know what they're going to do to it. You don't know the damage the care that you have for it is not the care they have for it. And
because ultimately it's theirs. They are theirs, not yours.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
They belong to themselves, not you. And it's that thin line between I want to protect what I believe is mine to steward or manage or partner with, but at the same time, I want what I have to be happy. And if it's what they want for themselves, you almost find yourself at a crossroads. Was like, is that truly a deal breaker for you? Because for him, it was. I cannot be with a woman who acts single. I cannot be with a woman who wants to be in environments where she could potentially get into a fight or get kidnapped or, you know what I'm saying, get scammed. What do we do every year around the holiday season? I send the same text message to my family or to some of you guys, like, ladies, it's that time of the year. Please be careful. Put your phone away when you walk into your car. Don't go to the ATM at night. You don't have to, or the gas station. I'm putting out all these fair warnings for the people that I care about. Ultimately, they're going to do what they want to do. But I just hope that maybe even listening to this, some of the women will start to see that it's not him trying to be controlling, that's honestly how some men initially care until they learn how to curtail it to fit your personality.
Side note, Mike, before you got married, both of you guys, here's a question. Have you ever been met with the type of response you wanted in a situation like that and it didn't go to controlling?
Yes.
Meaning I didn't go into the controlling mode.
No, you're not in a controlling mode. You're in protective mode.
Okay.
A lot of times, I mean, prior to, and that's why I said prior to marriage, I feel like more times than not, we're met with the controlling aspect just because it doesn't feel comfortable, because it feels like you're telling somebody.
Okay. Yeah.
But you very rarely come across and that's why I said before marriage, because I'm pretty sure that now she understands, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it is very much, you very rarely come across the taken as concern and not control, the other C.
Yeah.
I like that. Ferg said, when I got married, my husband asked that we would agree to not go out to clubs without each other.
If that's what it takes,
that was their arrangement.
Yeah. No,
like if that works for them, yeah.
I feel like it's what Sean said when he was on the show. Like, trust your choice. Trust you gotta you gotta trust your choice. If this is the person that you chose, like, how do you pick and choose which situations you trust her in?
The trusting your choice, does that mean you don't challenge her choice sometimes in a conversation?
Challenge? No, I wouldn't need to challenge it. I can ask questions, but that's not a challenge. That's me asking questions like, "Hey, are you sure? Have you thought about this?"
That's not a challenge.
No, look up the definition of a challenge. Challenge and question is two different things.
All right.
Well, depending on how you ask her the question, I get
the
it.
Tone,
yeah,
for sure.
All that makes.
This nigga did soft parenting in his marriage. Gentle parenting, nigga.
Because I feel like if I'm choosing a certain one, and we're talking about marriage, I'm not going to choose nobody where I would have to even have that conversation with. I never had to have that conversation with Janae about going out with her homegirl that's just now single. I don't have to have that. She's not going to even have to come and ask me about if it's cool for her to go.
It's interesting
because she's not going to go, or because you're comfortable with it.
I think because that's not the type of woman she is.
Okay, and so I know that you got this go ahead, you got it. Yeah,
go ahead. No. My question is, she said she's not. But if she wanted to go in support of her friend, or not wanted to go, but if she was asked to go in support of her friend, what's the response for you? You don't even have that. So, I mean, if she did come, how do you respond to that? Because it's not something that's common, right?
So for me, I think I'm a lot different in this particular relationship I'm in. I would tell her to go and have fun.
Mm-hmm. Is that because, and okay, real nigga shit. Is that like
for sure, always?
Is that because of the space of being married that the comfort is there? Because this is not dating anymore.
Nah, it's the space of I know her as a person.
So here, I got a question then. Is it because by now in this relationship you guys been working on for a few years, she's become so much like you that you notice she understands absent your presence?
No, it's because the kind of person she was before I even met her. She's always
part of that is probably what attracted you to that space. To even
I trust my choice. Exactly. I trusted the choice that I made. I trust that now.
Yeah.
And so going back to it, if this was not the case, if she was one of those people that, we're looking at this video, she's packing.
Nigga, as they having a conversation, she putting the swimming suit in the bag.
She's, and a swimming suit is a swimsuit.
A two-piece.
It's a two-piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, so are we saying that it's okay for her to do things like that in my presence only and not when I'm not there? Because it doesn't seem like he had a problem with it if he was there.
That's good. So now are we talking about insecurity?
I'm wondering, because she said insecurity. So I'm wondering, do you have an issue with the behavior or the fact that I'm not there and now I'm concerned about Is this truly about your protection?
Yeah. I think that's a good conversation. I think that's the deeper conversation to have.
Or the thought of her behavior.
I think that because he has not married her yet, there's still certain things that he's questioning.
Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in this generation.
It's not like he was saying, I'm gonna divorce you if you go do this. He was like, I can't date a woman that acts single.
And that's great. And I get that.
But she is single.
but is going out with her homegirl on a trip acting single?
In his eyes, yes.
Because the other
I think by base, I'm about to say, but by way of Hot Girl Weekend. Hot Girl Weekend.
Yeah, we all know.
Is but it could be for your girl. It could be I told him I had a dude, but you know, they bought drinks, but I didn't give nobody my number, and you know what I'm saying? Like that could be her joint in of the.
Yeah.
Do you want a girl?
I had to become okay with that because I'm not okay with that. I don't think any man is okay. We don't like women. Here's the thing.
Let's talk about it.
We may become comfortable in our own self and with who we are, but I don't know one man that likes his woman being hounded or approached or
in her circle.
or
in her bubble.
Yeah, like yeah, that's not true. You don't belong there.
It's the same as women don't like other women front hugging their dude. Shake his hand and hug him from the
I'm
side.
a side hugger, by the way, just in general though.
That's because we want to stay alive. We want to stay alive, and we understand that women will cut you.
Self-preservation.
Self-preservation, 1000%. And so I think men have these same desires, but it's a little bit harder for us to say it because it does, again, a culture wants us to believe that he's trying to control you. I don't think I've ever heard culture say she's trying to control you if she has an issue with you hugging another woman chest to chest.
That's deep. That's deep. I haven't either. But it's so funny.
I know what she's doing. She disrespectful. I know what this is.
It's so interesting. But I know all three of us for a fact. The same thing that we do with each other, we do with our homegirls. Whether it's you driving home, okay, call me and let me know when you make it home, or you pulling up in the alley. Call me while you're on the phone and until you make it inside the garage. It has nothing to do with I want to keep track of you. I want to keep tabs of you. It has nothing to do with that. We just know what's out there, and sometimes
I kind of want to keep track though, because if something happens, I need to know how to get to you.
Well, that too, but I'm saying it's not in a controlling way, is what I'm saying. It's not because
they'll never see it that way.
Let me tell you what happened one day. I share a location 24/7 with one person right now, and I'm open to sharing it with more when I get into a relationship with my mom. Yeah. My mom called me one day, say, I can't figure it. And then the phone hung up. I said, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me right now. Yeah. And she was trying to tell me that she had gotten into a car accident and whatnot, but I couldn't hear it at the moment. Went straight to her location, got in my car, was there within less than 10 minutes. And I showed up, and my mom is not an easily shaken person, but she that moment shaked her because of how it happened and everything. And I was there, and she was so happy that I was there. And that's what I mean by just having, some people say, oh, that's a leash or that's controlling. It allowed me to play the role to the fullest of my capacity in my life with my mother or any woman that I care about to be there in the form of support that you would want, that you said that you wanted. Again, but if you listen to the culture and whatnot, they'll have you missing out on some great benefits of having a man that cares, vice versa.
You know, so how do you feel about this? As a man that's dating a woman, she shares her location with her friends, but doesn't share her location with you.
Ooh.
That's because you ain't her friend.
Well, you guys, that's the problem right there. Y'all not friends, damn it. No, but how long y'all been dating?
Well, not y'all. You're in a relationship. You're full on. You're full on in a relationship.
That's a problem for me.
Yeah. So here's my question: What if when it was brought up, it was not, and then when it was like, okay, no, that's not necessary, or it didn't happen, but then it was asked, okay, let's share now. You were willing to at one point, and then now it's okay. Well, let's do it now. How is the location a hindrance, or because back in the day we didn't have that ability. We just knew, because my whole thing is, I'm one of those, you get ready to go to, you got to make 3 runs. Hey, let me know when you just when you in transport. Like, you going to Target, you going to the mall, and you going back to the crib. Hey, I'm like, let me know just for the transport. Like, where you going, what you doing is fine. Just in case something happens, I need to know how to track your space.
So let me
if I don't hear from you.
Let me devil's advocate this. If her friends have her location, then maybe 2 or 3 people already know where she is and how to get there. Maybe she don't need a 4th person. Maybe she has friends that will track her and will take.
You're the 4th person. You're not even the boyfriend.
She don't need. Maybe she don't need you for that. Maybe her dad has her location. Maybe that's not. And I'm trying to say this from a place of just like, okay, maybe she don't need me for that. Maybe she has people that fits that role. I don't need to be her location. Not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying like maybe that is another side of it.
Yeah, I mean,
would you guys?
I just think it's always a. Go ahead.
Would you guys want your girl to have your location?
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like so. For me, I feel like yes. The answer will be yes. But 2, I'd because I've been in situations where that was weaponized before.
Okay, you made a stupid choice. I got it.
For other reasons. So, you know what I mean? If we have the conversation, you know, again, have the conversation, then yeah, no, I don't see any problem. I feel like it's just as important for me to have hers as she has mine, especially if we're talking about
That's what I'm saying.
Safety.
That's what I'm saying.
Of that nature, yeah.
It's the same. Go ahead, Kerry.
No, I was just saying that's also. It's so funny in the current world today. It's like part of you wants to go, I want to have it because I want to protect you. And part of it is like, I don't want to have it so you know I trust you. And it's just like, okay,
crazy.
Where do I sit in this?
I think that when people are trying to pretend that they're okay with things they're not okay with. Yeah. And then also, for me, your role. Am I if I'm saying I'm your boyfriend, or say we're dating exclusively and I want your location, am I saying that I am entering into the role of your protector, period? Or am I just like in this situational, in this instance, I want to know for protection purposes? I think that's hard for women to understand. Do you want to protect me, or you just want to protect me in this moment? Because that makes them feel like they're in a situationship. I think that as a husband, you're saying for the rest of my life, I am your protector and your provider. So I need this so that I can commit to my role for the rest of your life, not for just as long as, you know, we move and how we moving.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that for women, I think that can get a little tricky. Like, you want to have sex with me, you want my location, but you don't want to marry me.
That's interesting. So damn, see, that opens up so many.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't want all that responsibility if I don't have that desire for you.
Bruh,
it's a big responsibility.
I feel that, especially when we just dating or we boyfriend and girlfriend.
I don't want all that.
That's a lot.
But again, if my intentions are for you to be more than my girlfriend, then I'm intentional about how I protect you. I'm intentional about how I cover you. And yeah, you may not like the way this covering looks, but this is my job because of my intentions for what your future is with me.
But it's not your job. You're an intern, or this is voluntary work. Unless you're under covenant, it's not your job. You are saying, I would like to come in per this project and fulfill this role. But how does a heart feel secure in somebody who hasn't really been hired? You're just trying it out.
So do I only perform this job after I'm hired?
No, I think that if you have made a decision in your heart that this is where you want to set up shop as security, then you make it known that this is where we're headed. And this is what I would like to do. And so I want to start fulfilling some of these roles to the degree that's appropriate for where we are today. I think it's more or less you asking versus you saying, this is my job. You're saying, hey, would you mind, you know, if maybe I had your location too, so that in case something came up and you needed me for, right? Because I'm not saying that protection is just specifically the role of the husband, because clearly your friends have your location too. So a friend's responsibility might be part of, you know what I'm saying, protecting as well. But sometimes you're dating women that you're not friends with either. This is somebody you're interested in. And it's hard for me to believe that somebody that's just interested in me would lay down their life for me. So if you're not willing to go to the end What do you need to know to protect the location for? My friends will show up and ride for me. You show up because you're trying to see if you could marry me or not, or you like the connection we have, or we have good intimacy. But I think that it's weird to give someone access to something that you don't know if they are willing to fully commit to it, and all it may require.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And just using, I'm just thinking about the car accident situation. So you know, you got my location. You showing up to the car accident, and they tell you I need a new kidney. My homeboy, he'll give it to me. You gonna give it to me? You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. Like,
I ain't gonna be able to do
Well, what you here for?
You better go to
again. That comes back to the whole. I don't want that level of responsibility if my intentions aren't to give you my kidney.
That's good. That's good.
Golly,
you gotta respect that though.
You gotta respect that. So while he's upset about her going where she's going, I think that he handled it in a way that was appropriate for him. Like, listen, I just may not be here when you get back because this is not how I roll in a relationship space. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not marriage, like he said, act like you're single. In my definition of single, you're single until married, or at least fiance, but that still could be considered single.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying to you? So I think that, you know, you find out where a person stands when it comes to these labels and these titles. You guys know I don't plan on doing boyfriend and girlfriend again. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like it's
I hope you don't ever plan on doing boyfriends.
I plan on being a boyfriend or having a girlfriend again. I think that it's a make-believe space of safety that has no contractual, no covenantal, no, you know, saying really substance to say this means something of greater value than a friendship or dating. I think it lacks that. I think it's the title that's very shallow. So with that being said, we're both single until we decide to get married. And now when we do get married, these shifts that come with marriage make more sense because they're so drastically different from when I was your friend.
That's solid, bro. That's solid. It doesn't feel like the same thing you was doing before.
It doesn't feel like, it's a little extra perk. It's
good,
so
bro.
So that means, because the girlfriend boyfriend stage is I'm half in, kind of doing these things, but still not doing. Listen. You might,
you own to something.
You might have made a little sense there, brother.
Every now and then, man. Every now and then. But fellas, it's 10:02. I did not get to the video for tonight's topic. Y'all both look so sad right now. Do you want to play the video?
Let's go.
Okay, we got 10 more minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give y'all extra 10 tonight.
Damn.
Get the extra 2 for the 10.
Golly. That's the hanging 10? The 10 with the hang? Yeah. God. Hey, brother, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
That's the double arm.
You believe in magic, and I hope you. So listen, tonight's episode is called You Misread His Effort. And it's a really good conversation I want to have. Let's just spend 10 minutes on it. This video is going to go by in a minute and 36 seconds, but I think it explains a lot to why certain people are some people are dissatisfied in relationships when their partner is really trying, men and women. So check this out.
I'll tell you the biggest piece of advice that and I'm going to keep using this word, organic, happened for me is I realized that there's levels to this. And I'm going to say it like this. Me with my wife, right? Let's keep it on a scale of 1 to 10. Right? My how I show my wife love, my 10, right? She does something, whatever. Babe, we're going to Fiji. You don't worry about nothing. Got everything. That's my version. Now, her version of love, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but this is how to break it down. She tells me, thanks. And that's like my -8. Right. Yeah. And we are so conditioned. I'm not settling. You need to meet. No. She gave me her 10. Once I understand that she gave me her 10, then I can appreciate it and not be like, damn, that's all you did? She doesn't speak. She doesn't communicate. She doesn't say thank you to anybody. But she said that to me. I have to cherish that. Now, cleaning the kitchen, my 10 might be her -8. But you know what, babe? Like Because that's what happens is that we're talking. We try to be on the same level, but sometimes it's not possible, right? I gotta understand you. I always say we're too busy trying to define people. Let's understand people. I'll tell.
Yeah, that's good, bro. That's good. It's so good to me because I think that, at least for me, man, I used to go into relationships expecting my 10 to be their 10. So let's just use, if I got you a gift for your birthday, or you got me a gift for my birthday, and I was hella excited, and I'm, oh babes, this is great. So thank you so much. I love it, and taking pictures of it and posting online, doing all this, and I got something for you. And I thought in my mind, oh, she's gonna love this. I paid a gang of money for it, or this gonna blow her mind. And all I got was a, oh, this is nice. Thank you.
That's nice.
Me, you unappreciative. You don't deserve it. You know what I mean? That's all I was thinking. But it's so interesting, though. What he was saying was, you have to understand what that person's 10 is. That may have been her 10. And for me to downplay that because it's not the 10 that I would have given is like really unfair.
Yeah, when he said stop defining people and understanding, I think that we define people by, and I'll say this without my bulletproof vest on, we define people by their representative.
Yeah.
And I think in that we start to AI their behavior. We start to make up what we think they will actually do, or you know, because of what we process in our own minds of the behavior that we think we've seen, or we think that we know of this person. And I think sometimes when we look at it like it's a -8, we're like, but I know, I've seen, and I know that you can. It's in a different, it's in a different space. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the abilities to show up for a homegirl versus the ability to show up for somebody's for her man are two different things. Just because, and it took for me to get this.
That's good.
Showing up, a firefighter shows up to whatever call he gets with what is needed for that call.
Yeah, that's good.
You get what I'm saying? If it's a 2-story building that's on fire, I can't bring the little truck that only I can't do that. But I'm showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, with what I need. And I think for me, I was looking at it like, well, you brought the big truck out for this. Why you didn't bring the big truck out for me? She's like, the cat was in the tree, my nigga.
Come on. We didn't even need the big truck.
I did all that for my friend because she's struggling with depression right now. And it's
or I just thought she needed it. Yeah. Or that was what I was in. So I showed up. Damn. But for you, I'm showing up in the way that I brought the truck that's needed for the specific job. I'm saying that to say that sometimes we make judgment on how people show up instead of just like realizing they showed up.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to a conversation Michael and I was having a few weeks ago about how we over personalize things. We make it so much about us. And I think that sometimes the way that I've seen myself change over the years is that the more content I become with my own life and where God has brought me, and the less I need from this world, the easier it is to please me.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes your partner will never even touch the surface because you have created so many deficits behind wanting to chase everything everybody says you should have. And I think that it's impossible to please some people because a lot of stuff that they want, they don't want. Somebody told them they should want. And then again, this just goes back to the conversation we had about if you ever want your partners to succeed at loving you, you have to set them up for success. So let them know what a 10 looks like for you. Let them know, you know what I'm saying to you, if I don't respond this way, why. Let them know like what you would like to see. Let them know like, hey, I see how you show up for your brothers, you know what I'm saying to you, or like me and Mike have, you know what I'm saying, the show that we do, or we go Tuesdays, and the wife has to say, I'd like to have a day. I'd like to, like, you want to set your partner up for success instead of having these hopes and assumptions in your head that you never communicated. And now it's just getting more and more awkward. And that's causing distance between you guys that is unnecessary.
That's Absolutely. Good. That's good. It's so funny. It's so funny that you said that, because I think I mentioned to you last Tuesday that Janae and I had to have a conversation, because, you know, sometimes life and people get busy and new projects happen, and she's building a store, and you know, sometimes you guys get busy. So our normal time that we usually have wasn't being had, but I was still making me and your Tuesdays. I'm still going to the gym and doing the things that I feel like are helping me, but we had to have a conversation, and I had to low-key apologize. Like, no, if I can give time to the gym, if I can give time on Tuesdays, then I should be able to give time. I should be able to make time for my wife. You know what I mean? And so many times we don't, because, oh, well, we live together, or, oh, I see you every day, but that's different than
too familiar, too safe.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So it's important to catch that and communicate that.
I like it, man. I like it. I think that it just comes back to making sure that the right things are prioritized. If I can show up for work even when I don't want to, but then I come home and tell my wife I can't do X, Y, and Z because I wore myself out at work, I have to ask myself about my priorities. And I think that when women say that I want to feel special, I think that at this point I'm learning that they just want to feel prioritized.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any closing words, gentlemen?
Nah. Not at 10. Shit.
I would like to thank you guys for allowing me to partake in the conversation.
What happened? Where you guys go? Hold up. There we go.
Damn. This nigga's ready to go, nigga. Shit. Close it out. 988. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead, Kerry.
Appreciate you letting me be on the show.
I was trying to switch to the brand that had the 988 on it. So,
brother,
that nigga's in a moment too. Like the tone changed and everything.
Sheesh.
Like my grandmother say when she wants somebody to leave. Well, okay then. Thank you for coming by.
God.
In the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, you want to do it, Kerry?
No.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of every episode, we like to do two things. One is pray. Two is leave you guys with a resource, because we're not available throughout the week. We won't be back until next Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific. But what you can do if you need help in the meantime is reach out to the Suicide Crisis Hotline. We've had multiple people from the show reach out. You can reach out by calling, by texting, or by going online if you're struggling with anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be suicidal thoughts or ideations. It could just be somewhere you're struggling. I don't know how to communicate like they were talking about, or I have a friend, you know what I'm saying, that's in a tough situation. I don't really know how to help them. You can get connected to a therapist, a support group, or even just connected to resources that you can read and learn. And every week I say this, just because you care for someone, just because you care about someone doesn't mean you know how to care for someone. So learning how to take care of people, because sometimes your care comes across as controlling, and maybe nobody's ever told you that. So screenshot this, save it, and share it with a friend.
That's solid.
All right. And yeah, go ahead, bro.
I just want to tell y'all thank y'all for keeping the race ran. I appreciate, you know, how you guys have started to really, well, how you guys have supercharged. It's so funny because I be like, I don't want to come on because my mic gonna be and my internet and I'm like, I started this.
It's true.
But that's what you guys have elevated it to a point where even in starting it, you're like, either come correct or don't come at all. I even got my light. Look.
Yeah.
Hey.
Listen, all right. Sometimes you can't come correct. You just the best you can do. Listen,
Jesus.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. And I'm grateful that you let us take the steering wheel and kind of just move this in this direction because it's still helping people.
Yeah.
So with that being said, which one of you good gentlemen want to pray out? The last time you talked to the Lord. Mike ain't talked to the Lord. Okay. Okay. Father God, thank you for tonight's show. We thank you for doing exactly what we asked you for, and that is to make sure that everybody who came left better than they came, Father God, and that we didn't have any serious technical issues, Father God, and that we just enjoyed this time. This was a very enriching conversation. Those who didn't catch it and need to catch it, just pray it's on their heart to watch it on YouTube or Facebook on rewatching and help us identify what clips to create to put on social media so people can just get the seeds that they need in the season of their life, Father God, because this is incredibly encouraging. I thank you for those who are generous enough to help us stay online. That will go to our Cash App or go to our DMs and, drop a few dollars so that we can stay online. We know ultimately you're our provider, but we know that you made some people generous just like that. So we thank you for those who would donate to the cause. Thank you for trusting us with this platform. Help us continue to do what you called us to do with it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, brothers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And then until next Sunday.
Thank you for coming out. God bless. 2 J's.
Can we
Come and talk to me, I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name.
Maybe this will help.